So this is my 2001 F150 5.4 liter 2 valve, and just wanted to take a look at the brakes, make sure that everything was in order. So first I set the brake, or the emergency brake, and then you just want to chock the tires, make sure it's not going anywhere. And before you jack it up, just make sure that you put the e-brake on and loosen the lug nuts, and then you can jack it up. I jacked it up right here on the frame, so it's a pretty good spot, pretty close to the front brakes right here. You can see the jack, and then I'm not really going underneath the car, so I didn't put a jack stand, but to be ultra safe, you should probably put a jack stand underneath there too, just to be careful. But I'm not underneath the vehicle, so but yeah, just to be extra safe, get a jack stand under there, and then loosen the lugs, and then you can pull the tire off and the wheel. So if you look on here, you can see a little bit of a little dark spot there, so that's probably where where the brakes have a little bit of extra wear. I'm not too worried about it though, because there's no deep divots. Like if you take your thumb or your finger and just rub it against the surface of the rotor, and you just want to make sure that there's no deep scratches or divots or grooves. So as long as it's, it's somewhat smooth, then that's what you're looking for on the rotor. Now you can measure it with a caliper measuring tool, just to make sure that it's within spec. But I'm fairly certain that these rotors are okay, because they don't look to be have any extra wear on them, no divots or really deep grooves or scratches or anything. And I don't know if you can see the pad right there. Let me see if I can get a flashlight. So there's the pad right there. So if you can see that, there's quite a bit of pad left on there. I would say a little bit more than a 1/4 inch. So the pads are definitely good as well. Where you want to start worrying is if you see the pads and they're like 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch, then it's definitely time to replace the pads. And then with the rotors, you can either have them resurfaced, if they're not damaged too much, or you can just go ahead and replace the whole rotor. It's pretty cheap for this truck. I think for both sides it's about $80, so about $160, and you can get both front and rear. But yeah, that's basically all you want to do to check on the brake pads and the rotors. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back together.